Hi guys, I'm Trish. This is one of my least favourite kinds of videos to make and I've been putting it off, but I haven't even got tea. In the interests of keeping my channel real, which is what I always try to do, I feel like I have to make this one. And it's about, just a really quick one, about disordered eating, which I guess a lot of us who have had like really big problems with our weight. I'm not talking about being 5 or 10 or 15 kilos overweight. I'm talking, like people who are massively overweight, which I'm not now. I consider myself to be regular overweight. But we didn't get this way by accident. A lot of us have had problems with eating disorders and just very disordered eating. For me, the last few weeks have been, maybe I decided to make this one a little bit too soon. They've been a little bit tough for me. I'm an emotional non-eater. So whether that's any kind of intense emotions, if I'm really happy or really sad or really angry, I can't eat. I physically can't eat. I get really hungry. I get starving, viciously hungry, but I can't eat. And I had a situation a few weeks back now. I can't even think of dates or anything, but it was a few weeks where I was seeing a guy, and it was really great. Initially, it was really great, and I'm not going to go into details. I don't want to go into details, but he was absolutely wonderful, and then some shit happened. That's all I'm going to say. So so initially I was pretty happy, and like when you're starting something new with someone, it's that honeymoon period. So it was a little bit difficult for me to eat, but I managed to eat, and that was just because I was just like happy, and I mean I'm always happy, but I was more happy. So yeah, so it was a little bit difficult for me to eat, and then things turned to shit, and I couldn't eat. I could not eat at all. The first few days I ate very little. It's a weird thing that happens to me. As I said, I get hungry, but the thought of actually picking up food, physically picking up food and putting it in my mouth there's something in me that I can't do it, actually can't do it. So yeah, so for the first few days I ate very little because I couldn't, and then I went for, I think it was a week straight with eating almost nothing at all. I think I had in that week 2 very small meals, and I had to really force myself to eat. I was still getting in calories. I was still getting in about 400 or 500 calories a day because I was drinking chai lattes. That's what I was living on. Just chai lattes. They're 100 calories each, and that's what I was surviving on. Chai lattes, and fruit teas and water. That was it. And sometimes I had some sugar-free iced tea. And as you can imagine, I lost a shit ton of weight, absolute shit ton of weight. I think I'd gone up to about 107 or 108 kilos, and I got down to 101. I've been feeling a bit better probably the last week, so I've put about another 2 kilos back on, which I expected because I'm eating again. And as the time went on and I was feeling better, I've been able to eat more and more normally for me, my sort of normal. So, but it's sort of, and it wasn't so much this guy that broke my heart. It was just another nail in the coffin, I guess, of dating and getting to know someone and it just falling apart again. And then, you know, you think about all of the beautiful things that happened, and then you think, fuck, it actually meant nothing. That the next time I start up something new with a new guy and he says all the sweet things and he does all the sweet things and, you know, he wants to be exclusive, but, you know, he's not actually being exclusive, and, you know, all those sorts of things, it plays in my head, at least, thinking, fuck, that the next time this happens for me, how am I going to believe that it's actually real? And that's what got me. It wasn't, you know, because I only saw him for a few weeks, so it wasn't him as such. It was just like another, like, fuck, this has happened again. How can I actually trust this? And that's what got me. And I just felt very, very alone through it all. You know, people knew that it had happened, but not one single person, one single time asked if I was okay, and I really wasn't. And I, because I do struggle with depression, my depression's been quite bad the last few weeks. It's just triggered it to be bad. So, you know, like I'm sleeping a lot, and that's not eating would not have helped. Like losing that much weight that fast would not have helped me physically either. You know, like I haven't shaved my legs for about 3 weeks and the hair hasn't grown back. So, and that's just because I wasn't eating. But what happens, I guess if I were a normal weight person or a little bit overweight person, and I didn't have that sort of disordered eating just waiting to jump out at any time, I think it would probably be normal for anyone, if they're going through any kind of stress like that, to not feel hungry, to not feel like eating and not eat for a couple of days or whatever. But because I do have that underlying disordered eating that's just always ready there, I go a few days without eating, and because I'm just too upset to be able to eat, but then the weight starts coming off, and you get I don't know if it happens to other people, but with me, when I see weight coming off like that, because I have lost, you know, previously so much weight, I get such a buzz from it. I get such a high from it. So then I'm feeling really shit. My depression's kicking in, and I'm feeling really alone, and I can't eat, and then I see the numbers coming down, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to eat now, you know? So it turns from, you know, can't eat to don't want to eat, and it's just, but, you know, at the same time, I don't worry too much when that happens for me, because I know that I can't sustain it. I know that I can, and not that this is a good thing, but I can go for, you know, a week or two, not eating completely, but eating very little. But I know that, you know, my appetite always comes back, and I always end up eating again. So it never lasts too long. So, you know, I just make sure I keep taking my vitamins, and, you know, like drinking plenty of fluids, and just let my, I don't know, that part of my brain that is very disordered with my eating, I just let it like work its way through, because I know that I can't sustain it, and I will gradually start eating again, and, you know, regain usually all of the weight that I lost plus some, but I'm hoping that doesn't happen this time. But, you know, like, you know, that panic sets in, oh, you know, I'm eating again, I can't eat too much, and, you know, then you see the scales going back up again, you know, like they've already gone up a couple of kilos, and I'm certainly not going overboard with eating. I'm just eating like a normal person, but because my body's just broken from this, you know, up and down for decades. You know, as soon as you start eating, your body goes, oh, cool, we're eating again. Let's grab onto all those calories and let's store them for the next time she's a dickhead and starves herself. So, I know this all sounds very, very jumbled up and very messy, and it probably doesn't make sense to anyone except for people who have actually been through this. And I'm in no way saying that this is a good thing to do. I'm just, for complete transparency, this is how I deal with things, and it is not a healthy way to deal with things. And I am working on not being like this as a coping mechanism. And I know why I do it. I know why I do it. It's a, you know, I had a period of time in my life a few weeks ago where I felt like I had very little control over certain aspects of my life, but I can control sometimes what I eat and how much I eat when I eat. So it's just a control thing for me, and I guess that's what a lot of eating disorders are, isn't it? It's not about it's not always about, oh, I need to lose weight, I'm so fat, I need to lose weight. It's about having something in your life that you can control. So, but I'm working on all that. So as I work on it, I'll update people, let them know, you know, I don't know what happens. I don't know. I don't even know if I can fix it. I might be too old, I might be too ingrained in my ways, which is not a very positive way of thinking about it, is it? But I don't know. We'll find out. But for now, I'm eating again. I've regained a couple of kilos. I'm working my way out of this most recent depression. And yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. So I'm going to go and do some work on my new channel that I'm going to be going live with, hopefully in the next few days. But I haven't told anyone about that, have I? Yeah, so that'll be a surprise for you to look forward to, and it'll give me something to do. It'll perk me up. It'll force me to be, you know, a bit more positive. So that's it. That's it for now.